Hello guys, in today's video I'm just gonna tell you how we can use props and why we use props in the function based component or class based component. But let me tell you about my last video what I've shown you. I just made this. Let me just hit that route first comp to, and you can see I just made this to do app. And how I made that, I just use Firebase. Also with that, we are pushing the data into the Firebase, and after that we are fetching the data from there. So now I have deleted that Firebase account or that Firebase project that I have created into the Firebase. So I have deleted that, but it is working on that local, that whatever we will type into this input box, and if I push just put it like that, press this button, it's gonna append the string over here. So let me do it again. So as much as time I will click, this string gonna append it over here. So you can see this is my to do app. So I didn't made the delete functionality, so you can do by yourself. This is your task if you want to. So I'm just gonna tell you about the props today. So let me show you what are the props. So props are just that if you have some child components of a parent component, let me show you how. So you can see this is your parent component function app. App is your parent components, and there we there. This is we are using routing, and these are our child component of this parent component. My new app is a child component, comp1 is a child component, and comp2 is a child component, because we are returning this component inside this component. So this one is parent component and this one is child component. And how we pass props are just a property value into the we assign a property. Inside of that property we assign some values just like that. Let me show you. If let me make some let me make some data over here. Okay, let me make an object over here, cons uh, object equals to this, and name equals to Abhishek, and role equals to front end developer, and what should I say? Okay, now language. No, we don't assign equal to into the object, so we need to just put column over here, because actually I forgot that thing. Sorry for that. So language is React JS. So this is we have created our object, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass this object inside these components. So how? Like this, object equals to object. Okay, and just copy this object, control C into the comp1 also, control V, comp2 also, controls. Okay, so we can put any name, whatever you want to put out over here you can assign. Just like I'm just putting it object 1, I'm making it object 2. So you can assign anything, any name, whatever you want to assign. So I'm just putting it object in a default case, but this should important that you what the value you want to assign over here, that should be correct, because it should match with this object key that you have assigned already. So if you have pass object over here, so you need to pass object also here. But this is depend on your thinking, whatever you want to pass and whatever is easy to understand for yourself. So into the my new app I have assigned object. So let's go into the my new app and just destructure. If you know about destructuring, so it's okay, but let me tell you about how we can destructure. Cons destructure. So what we're gonna destructure from here, object, it from where we are destructuring props. So we need to pass the project over here just like this, or you can directly destructure this thing from here. This is the one method that you can destructure the thing from here. And also you can destructure over here, uh, object. Okay, and now you can do console.log, console.log object. Okay, so we are consoling the object over here into my new app component, and we have assigned that object into the parent component, which one is app.js. So let's go on the let first check the URL route of my new app. So there's, you can see, calculator is the route of my new app. And go let's go on UI, and just let me just remove this calculator slash. I'm just working on routing, so don't get confused about that, because I have already made the boilerplate according to the route. So I'm just switching my components on the different now, so no need to worry about that. If you get confused, then you can comment about down below and I will make you understand properly. So no need to. So you can see into the console we have got our object. Me show you. So you can see we have got our object over here, and inside that object we got language, name, and role. So, and you can see we are getting one another object what we have done in use location and use history. So let me show you that I have written on one more console over here. You can see param and location, and we are getting an object over here. So you can see into the console. So you can just get the object over, and same thing, you can print your object into this with, let me type with my name. So what would be my name? Object dot name. Okay, so it's gonna print my name on that component. So let me just refresh this, and you can see my name is coming over here. Simple calculator in React.js with the Abhishek, and Abhishek is coming from this object. So you can just pass, if you fetching the data from API. So what you need to do, you need to do object and object dot name, because if your object is empty, then you should make sure that you should pass your JSX and pass your object just like this for getting or fetching the value. Because if you pass directly object dot name, so if your API doesn't get succeed to get the data, and your app has been loaded, so it's gonna make throw the error into your app, so that gonna break the UI or break the code somewhere. So you need to make sure that you should just put a check for fetching the data. So if your data has not been arrived yet, so it won't gonna succeed this condition. And if your data has been arrived, that it gonna run this condition also. So that's the thing. You need to make sure that it is a extra and advanced thing that we work into the industry, and we always keep in mind that. So what, this is the use of object that we can do. If if I just let it put it down, this thing down below, and just remove this from here, and you can just simply pass props over here and just uncomment this line, and same behavior you're gonna see over here. Refresh this, and you can see my name is coming over here, and also we are getting the object over here. So that's how the props work. And let me show you into the another component also. So how much component we have? We have three components, and I'm gonna show you in the comp one. So actually comp one is empty, so let me pass props over here, whatever we will get into the props. And let me destructure, or we don't need to destructure every time, because we can get the things. So let me just pass props dot name, whatever we will get from the object. So we will just type props dot object dot name, sorry, object one dot name. Make sure whatever you have put, assign the name into that over here. into the component where you are passing. So there's object one, so you need to destructure that object one from props, and after that you need to assign the key and value pairs inside of that. So make sure about that. Props dot object one dot role, sorry, hold on, role, and props dot object one dot what was it's a language. Okay, and let us check that. First we should go that comp one route. Okay, so we are getting Abhishek, front end developer, and React.js. You can see all the three things we are getting over here. So this is not the right way that you should do into your project or somewhere else, because make sure that if you are passing an object, you should destructure all the thing properly. So we should destructure the object from here, props. Okay, and this is the very main and very important functionality into the pro React.js, that we can destructure anything from that object. If we have a key value inside an object, then you can destructure the key, and inside of that key you can pass it and get the value from there. So remove the props, so just do this and remove props all from here. You can get the same behavior, nothing changed, everything is coming fine. So this is how the props work. And if you want to pass any value from parent component to child component, that always gonna render and always gonna work like that. So if you want to pass a function also, so you can pass it. Just like, let me show you that if we make a function, there's a func common func, and just put a console dot log print my name, and this is the console dot log. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna call this function into that, into this, into comp1 component, and on a click of button we're gonna call this function. So how we're gonna do that? We need to just pass this comp func equals to, let me just type it properly, good, common, oh sorry, common func. Okay, whenever we will no, let me just make this, after that I will tell you. So just destructure confunc, and make sure what you have to destructure over here, whatever you have assigned a key over here. So I have assigned confunc, so you need to destructure this thing. Automatically it's gonna fetch this also. So I'm just destructuring confunc, and let me just create a button. Okay, material UI button, button would be click me. Okay, and okay, let me just, we need to, yeah, we have already imported material UI. So on click on click of that button, what we gonna call confunc. Okay, so when we click on that button, this button gonna call this function, and this function gonna call that functionality what we have written inside that function. So just do this. So we got the button over here, and when I click on that, you can see into the console it's printing our name. Whenever I will click that button, you can see it's printing our name. So that's how you can call the function inside the child component, and you can do this like this. So moreover, we always do call the function and pass the value inside the component. So that's how it works when we passing up props, and it's so easy to understand and so easy to implement into our code base. And the very important thing this is because every time you need to pass some values inside the props, and props is very important that you need to understand. So this is the video about props. If you have any issue, any confusion, you can comment down below. I will really help you, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook also. I will help you through there also. You can directly DM me. Okay, if you like this video, like the hit button, hit the like button, sorry, and subscribe, please, because if you are new into this channel, and also I'm just making day by day every each and new video on React.js. So if you love this, please learn properly. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and please comment down below how you like this video.